exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fish-eye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. "50 degrees, 55, 60 degrees, 65. Thus is the temperate calendar, which wakes an instinctive impulse in fish. This week, Kim and his son Danny closely examine the phases within the smallmouth spawning period and knowledgeably reveal useful data in regards to the stages within the stage. With hope, anticipation, and a full head of preconceived notions, our host, accompanied by his camera-toting sidekick, depart on another quest for Great Lakes smallmouths. The month of July is already upon us, and the massive inland seas are still feeling the effect of past winter's polar vortex. So it's with optimism and an understanding of the seasonal tendencies of brown fish that Kim initiates his pursuit.
Well, let's see what these fish are doing. It's been a long winter for the Great Lakes. Things are warming up slowly. But hopefully these fish are up. We had thunderstorms come through first thing this morning, with a forecast of a bunch more coming through. But let's see if we can get something done prior. Seeing those cruisers working down the edge, they're just starting to come up. I'm sure somewhere we're gonna find some on the beds, probably some smaller males getting ready. Maybe a big one or two, we'll see.
In light of the weatherman's erroneous forecast, Kim removes his rain gear as he contemplates his approach. After all, making TV and producing informative content is by no means an easy process, and typically takes some foresight and creative thinking. Each day on the water, you have to deal with the variables you're dealt, and current conditions aren't quite what Kim had hoped for.
This water is absolutely crystal clear. But I love it. Love about the Great Lakes. Look. Ooh, big one. Get it. Oh, you got it right there at the boat. Right there at the boat. Oh, was that cool? He was right on it. Right on it. Come on up here, fishy. Right on here. Nice pre-spawner. Just come up and stabbed at it. It was awesome, awesome shot. Let's see if we can get that. I'll get my pliers here. All right. That's not a giant, but they live here, I'll tell you that. We'll see. But these fish are just starting to pull up. I'm seeing some beds, I've seen some empty ones, but I know if we look shallower and stuff, we'll find some, but they're just starting. I was hoping it was gonna be in full swing, but it really isn't yet.
Although somewhat surprised, Kim has become conscious of the fact that the larger females are still staging, and the major wave of spawning activity hasn't yet occurred. However, now that the surface water temperature has reached the upper 50s, some smaller males have begun migrating up on the sand and gravel shoreline around the docks.
Overnight, these fish can all of a sudden just come up.
It's the male's duty to begin preparing the spawning nest, fanning away the sediment, and in this case, exposing the dark root system of the bottom vegetation. This is what gives the nest a dark appearance from the surface. When we return, Kim and Danny take a more in-depth look at the various stages of the spawn, then offer recommendations for adjusting lure presentation during this highly transitional period. Don't go away, some informative stuff is coming up next. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Seagar, trust Seagar when everything else is on the line. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. Aquaview, reinventing underwater cameras. Deep Blue Coffee, dive in. And by Boat US, providing water towing and insurance programs to boaters.
Testing. How about you?
It's chilly in here. I'm gonna go down.
15 feet in front of you.
I see him in the distance. Male wants to bite me. He's right next to my hand. Oh man, that female is vivid. She's got all of her colors. Yep, he's bumping her. Pokes her back to the bed. Right now, the female just kind of went off the bed a couple feet. And the male instantly goes out there and starts bumping on her and pushing her right back to the bed. Basically, get back here. This is where you belong. You can't go anywhere. It's always a crazy stage when these fish start to spawn.
The entire spawning period from pre to post is a very transitional time for bass. In fact, for that matter, for all fish. And as fishermen, you can better your angling success if you have the ability to recognize and comprehend the stages within the stage and the know-how to modify your presentation accordingly.
In general, a suspending hard jerkbait is ideal during the pre-spawn stage, as big females cruise along the deep break adjacent to spawning flats. The erratic stop-and-go hovering action of this lure will continue to trigger fish up until the actual courtship. Then, once the pair is engaged in the act of spawning, their focus is channeled towards the job at hand and not at striking a lure, making this the most difficult phase within the period. However, once the eggs have been distributed, both genders become aggressive again, instinctively focusing their efforts on protecting the eggs, which are concentrated on a sweet spot within the nest. Baits targeted directly on the bottom within the nest are best at this time. The female will stick around only briefly, leaving the male his inherent duty of guarding the brood alone. The success of the bottom bouncing presentation will continue well into the next stage, which is when the eggs first hatch and the fry remain concentrated on the bottom. However, when the fry mature and begin to swim up off the bottom, the male's focus is no longer directly on the bottom, but above and all around him. It's at this time Kim prefers to present a weightless soft plastic jerkbait, like Strike King's Caffeine Shad. The darting action and subtle slow fall is unbeatable during this productive phase.
While Danny was in the water capturing footage of the pair spawning, we began to attract the attention of an inquisitive crowd. One of the kids pointed out another fish on a bed, which he had caught a few days prior. I wasted no time and quickly tossed my tube to the dark spot. Ooh. He bit. He bit. He'll get mad enough, he'll eat it in a second. There he is. All right. Is that the same fish you caught? I'll do this easier. I got a net. Ate my little coffee tube. There we go. What do you think, guys?
Whoa. Oh. And that's been there forever.
He was down, yeah, he's down there guarding the eggs. That's what he's doing. I'm gonna let him go again, and he'll go right back to the bed. There he goes. Give him a sec, he'll be back on the bed. Wasn't that fun?
That was so cool. Did you catch another one?
Kim will indeed catch another one when Hook and Look returns.
I'm gonna go down. Catch this one, Daddy.
You tell me when you want me to cast.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready? Let's do this.
He's coming down. Oh, he waved his tail on your bait. Second. It's coming back. Oh, yeah, cast again.
Oh, I see the fish.
Oh, he looked at it on the fall. Took it. A little jerk. There you go. Looking at it. Man, that looks so good. Yes, again, I'm going to get that fish's attention.
Let me try a caffeine shad.
Okay, let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. Let it come down. Almost. It's working, it's working. Oh. But that's how long it takes to get down to where we're at. Go ahead and cast again.
Yeah, it takes longer than you would think.
Bass about to bite me.
Triggering bedding fish isn't always an easy deal. Often for one reason or another, some fish can be hesitant and standoffish, yet still display a degree of interest. At times like these, you need to switch up presentations, taking into consideration depth, speed, as well as lure size.
Oh. He looks and turns.
Let me try that little Tutti Frutti tube. This is a trick that I use often to catch a finicky spawner. Little Tutti Frutti tube.
There you go. Got him.
Got him, he says. Nice fish. Nice fish.
That was right in front of his face. Just perfect timing. Perfect. Good stuff.
It took a while.
With the power pole from the background, the lighting, fish lights.
This is great. That little Tutti Frutti tube. That's a trick you want to learn. Let me get my net. There he is. Nice fish. Nice fish. Oh. Look at that, huh? Just that little bitty hook and just a little teeny Tutti Frutti tube. Definite great trick when those fish are really finicky. The Tutti Frutti tube is typically used for panfish, but believe me, it's a great tool whenever the smallmouth are exceedingly finicky. I'll rig it with a size 1 drop shot hook about 7 inches above a 3/8 ounce tour grade tungsten drop shot weight. Then present it slowly, lightly twitching it in place. Try it. I think you'll be surprised at the results. Next time you have a scuba diver in the water, try a Tutti Frutti tube. Great stuff. Let's let him go. Let's watch Danny as he follows this fish back to the nest. We'll time it and see just how long it takes.
Lead me right back to his nest.
Isn't that great?
And they're there. And he's back guarding his eggs. It only took him seconds once he got back in the water.
In actuality, it took 26 seconds for that bass to get back to its bed. You know, that's another good reason to have power poles deployed when bed fishing. Not only do they quietly secure your position and allow you to repetitively present your bait in an accurate manner, but also, when you do hook a fish, your anchors prevent you from drifting a greater distance away from the nest, thus making it much easier for the fish to find its way back quickly. He's just sitting under that dock. He's not moving. Oh, he's coming in. Ooh, he looked at it then. Now he's coming to where he needs to be caught. Oh, turn back. He turned the other way. This is a little better fish. That's why I want to catch him. Here he comes, here he comes. He's gonna get it. He's got it, he's got it. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with this. I don't care what you say. Come on, oh, look at that. That's not a bad fish. Come on over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice, solid, chunky one. Beauty.
Want more underwater content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, introducing the all-new Evinrude E-Tech G2. Cushit, world's most comfortable rod butt. Simms Fishing Products, the choice of professional guides and anglers worldwide. And by Sportfish Michigan, your source for the top charter captains and guides.
One of the simplest ways to determine the stage within the stage is to examine the nest with an AquaView camera. And now AquaView has made it even more convenient with the addition of their trolling motor cam attachment. There he is. Oh! This is awesome. Oh, sitting there watching him on my AquaView. That trolling motor cam can come in handy. I mean, I can sit here and watch exactly what my bait does. Just waiting for that fish to come back in now. Come on. There he is. All right. Right on the AquaView. Come over here, come on over here. AquaView, baby. All right. Ooh, it just fell out. Very nice. All on that little camera, caught on that camera. Neat deal. Right there. See him? He's gonna get it. He's got it, he's got it. Right there under the... right there under the pontoon thing. Yeah. And then... there it is. Look at that. Do I mind if you watch? If you don't mind being on TV.
Are you gonna eat that?
No, we're gonna let him go right here.
Perfect. Tell them what type of fish that is.
That is a smallmouth bass.
Can they have teeth?
They've got like sandpaper-like teeth.
How do you tell if
Yeah.
it's a largemouth or a smallmouth?
A largemouth, the jaw plate will go past its eye. With a smallmouth, that plate doesn't go past its eye. It's just shy of it. Largemouth, it goes way back. And the stripings. On a smallmouth, you have vertical bars. On a largemouth, you've got horizontal lines in spots. What do you think? You're very welcome. I hope today's show has strengthened your comprehension of the transitional spawning period. And as always, I want to stress, when pulling fish off the nest, enjoy the thrill, but please immediately release it. This way it can continue protecting its brood and help assure good recruitment for the future. Hey, if you like to fish for crappie, I guarantee you don't want to miss next week's episode. Our friend Wally Marshall shows us how he's earned the title of Mr. Crappie while demonstrating the effectiveness of his new Slabalicious swim bait. The only thing better than the catches is our underwater footage of the massive schools. We're whacking and stacking next week on
Hook and Look.
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.